Hello everyone and welcome back to the techystack channel. So today we'll try to explore API concepts. So when you say APIs, we have the multiple types of APIs, REST APIs, SOAP APIs, and web browser APIs are there. So now we are going take with one of the sample and we'll try to explore with UiPath. So before, if we want to get any APIs, might be there as a free sources are there and some of the cost available. So as of now, what I am using this is a free source API. First of all, we'll check once you give the API, what the status of it give, whether it is success, if it give the some code like 200, if it is failure, it will go 404, forbidden error. So those kind of we'll try to learn that. So just simply what is the API and how it is used in UiPath. Just we'll check that. So here, when you go this status.js.org, so you can see this couple of the numbers like 200, 202. These are the status, some kind of status when you're hitting that particular API. And if you are using any API, so basically the link will be generated by the IT team or it will give you some other team. So once you get that link, so directly you cannot go and do indicate on it. First of all, you need to check what type of headers are there available, whether it is authorization, like it's having the bearer token is available, or it might be the authentication type 1 2. So if you see here, authentication OAuth 1, OAuth 2, so multiple types are there. So as of now, I'm using no authentication is required. So for this API, you can directly call from anywhere, it will work. So now here the thing is, if you want to check whether you are getting the data or not, so directly you can go and write the code, it won't work. So first of all, we need to tally. So for that purpose, we are using this Postman. So Postman is just giving, just it will run the API and it will throw the output. So for example, this is a one API. So when I hit this, click on the send. So it will throw the some output here. So you can see this two things are there. So one is fact and another one is the length. So this is the array. So this is in the format of JSON as of now what you are looking now. So this is the format of in JSON. If you want, you can change this XML, HTTP or text. You can. So most of the times we will prefer go for the JSON file itself. So if I hit next time, so it might be that it will change. So the fact and length are the two parameters. So which having the standard, and whatever the data in the fact and in the length is different. It will vary each and every hitting that API. So it will changes. So now the same thing. This is the my output. So the same thing how we can extract with the help of UiPath. So first of all, go to that UiPath. Where is this? Okay. So this is a UI path. So if you want to use that APS, so basically we need to install some packages. I mean one package. So which we called web APIs. So UiPath dot web API dot activities. So as of now the version is 1.20.0, but I'm using this 18.5. So let it be. So if you not install, please install this API. So once you install this, so go to here and you can write HTTPS. Okay, so just drag and drop HTTPS. So once you drag and drop HTTPS, you can see the import and config. So right now we are going with this config. So if you want to configure anything, so just click on that and you can see this request to builder endpoint preview URL. So endpoint is nothing but as a URL. So you can just update that URL. So as of now, my URL is this URL. Okay, so we'll explore two things there. I will tell you. So just update this endpoint within the double quotes. If you enter without the double quotes, it might be throw the error, and you can pass variable as well. So as of now, I will go with this double quotes method. So this is my endpoint URL, and the timeout. If you want, you can increase the timeout. It's not an issue. And already I told so we are getting this some kind of accesses. So sometimes it might be the barrier token, sometimes it may be OAuth1, OAuth2, like that we have. And if you have the credentials, you need to update these credentials here. And we can see this request method. So request method, we have this get the data. Post means some kind of data we are updating this, deleting options. So these are the things are there. So as of now, we are going with this get. So because I don't have much APIs, so this is just only the getting the data. And response, you can make it as JSON, or might be the, if you kept any, by default it will go with this JSON format itself. And if you have any parameters, you can add that parameters like Barrett O'Connor, it will come, or maybe the specific headers are there. If you want to getting some data specific headers, we need to add this, or maybe the URL segments. These things are available. And these attachments, if you have any attachments, you can use this attachments. And authentication, already I told you. So again, this is the same concept, it will work. So OAuth 1 or sample HTTP, or might be the Barrett token you can use. So now once whatever the required data is, you can just update here. After this, just click on the preview. So once you click on that preview, so it will take some time, and you can see this. This is standard. This is the data, and you can see this status code. So the status code, if you get the status code, then the data has been got successfully. So now I will go this here, and I will take another link, some sample link. Let me take this one. So this having some error when I'm checking that. So let me upgrade this same link. Okay, now I will just click on that preview. So already I told you, so it will take this some couple of seconds, these seconds. It will try to fetch the data in that particular timeout. If it is not able to fetch the data, it will throw that error. So now you can see this. The status code is 308. So if you want to know this, what is the 308 status code? So we need to go this here and go to the HTTP 308. So what is this 308? Okay, it resumes incomplete. So like that. We can check this. So for example, if you got any 400, it's a bad request. Maybe some issues are 401, we got unauthorization, we don't have you don't have these permissions to that particular section, or maybe the credentials is wrong. So this is a status we can check. So okay, so now we got the two things now. Now first of all, we'll go with this normal API itself. Later we'll check that. Okay, this is done. Now just to preview, I'll check. Now click on that. Okay, after this we can see a couple of parameters here. So as of now, these parameters are I'm not going with, just I will go this output panel. So here what is my response content? So what type of data is giving now, I will store here. I will create one variable which we called j data, nothing but as json data. Okay, and response status is nothing but as I will make it as j status. Okay, I have created these two things. Now we'll run this. Once you run this, what type of data it will throw this? We'll check that. Okay, I will just update this message box. I given this J data, no? So just update this. What type of data it will give and how we can get the data after that. Okay, let me clear this data. Okay, now I will check. So my variable which is called J data. So in this J data, you can see this. So this is format we got. For example, if I want to get this fact data or might be the length data, so I cannot get the directly. So for that purpose, what we need to know, we need to use the one more activity which we call deserialize. So let me take this deserialize activity. Okay, deserialization. So whatever the request from the API side, it will change to some specific readable format. Extracting format. I will show that as well. And here JSON string is nothing but as a HTTP request output. So J data, and go to this JSON object. So create one more J object. Okay, J object. That's it. And output message box I will give here J object. Okay, now this is done. Now we'll try to run what type of data it will throw here. And make sure that what I'm using right now, it's a very small it's a very beginner kind of API. It's a very small, having only the two parameters. So when you go with real time, it's have a bunch of a lot of data is there. So it's a bit tricky to handle those things. Now we'll go with this data. So now what I gave an J object. So now just hit enter. So if you see his J object, so it's having the parameters. You can check this properties and these things are there. And if you check here, this is the fact and this is the length. Okay, now I want to get only the J, I mean, I want to get only the fact. So for that purpose, what we need, just type the J object and update this double quotes here. Just copy this fact. Okay, and just hit enter. Now we can see this. The cat, clevers, the things are there. And if I want to get only the length, okay, just update this length. And now we got this character. I mean, now we got this triple two character data are there. So this is a way how we can extract that data. And one more thing I want to add here. So let it be nine. So here after I mean doing the deserialization, if you want, we can loop that JSON as well. So just taking this for each activity and update this J object. Okay. After this, I will put this message box inside here, and I'm updating this current item dot to string. Okay. Now again, I'm running this. So only the thing is how it will works JSON and what type of the data format is available here. Sometimes it might be get the flower bracket, sometimes it might get the square brackets. So we need to understand. So as of now, the data is very simple, which is in the format of curly braces. Okay, now I'm looping this. So first it will give this fact. So here comma, they mention this comma, no? So which is nothing but as this first fact. I mean separated by comma. When I go and check here, okay, it's having okay, but whatever the data is just separated by the comma. If you want, you can split with the comma and it will work. And here the problem is if you go with the comma, then it have some issue because might be, for example, just assume that Andy comma he fell from the 16th floor, like that also it will give, no? So don't do any research here, just understand these things. And now next thing, it will give this length. Okay, now if you see this length, this 157. Okay, this is a way how we can uh, get the request from, I mean, how we can access the API data from with the help of UiPath. This is one of the sample, and going forward, we'll try to explore something new things. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn off notifications so you never miss an upload.